Kyle was sharing a story with us because she thought she almost was going to get murdered when she had to get air in her tire at 3 a.m. What's the latest on that?
I mean, it was really scary trying to get air in my tire by myself, basically in the middle of the night. But I managed to get the air in the tire, and it was okay until I got home. And my husband took a look at the tire, and he was like, "Oh, I found the problem. You have a huge nail in the tire," and it was ginormous. So he's like, "We should probably take the car in immediately." So we take the car to Discount Tire, and I always have this thing about I feel like car places, if you're a girl and you bring your car in, they find a way to screw you over somehow because that's happened to me personally a million times. So when we got married, Scott and I made this deal. I'll take care of all the gifts. You take care of all the car stuff.
That's fair.
Because I think if I were to take it in anywhere, they'd be like, "Oh, sorry, you need 4 new tires." Right?
Right.
So I follow him. He drops the car off, right? Shortly after, they call us. They say the car is ready. I drop him off to pick it up, and he calls me 2 seconds later. He's like, "Wow, dude, you had 2 huge nails in your tire." They found 2 of them. And he said, "It's good to go." They patched him up. They fixed the tire, and they were like, "Here you go. It's a courtesy service." So they didn't even charge us to fix the tire.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like, "What? This is what happens when you're a dude and you bring your car in."
If you were a guy, you would have been there. They would have been like, "Hey, you need 9 new tires."
Yeah, it's weird. They need So I was actually just blown away. I was like, how do they stay in business if that's a courtesy service, right?
Discount Tire,
Tires.
man.
Yeah,
I know.
They're good.
They're
'cause
I
they-
talked to a friend of mine that
Crazy.
owns car dealerships, and I was like, "Hey, I got a flat tire. Can I get a tire from you?" And he's like, "If I were you, I'd go to Discount Tire. We get our tires from Discount Tire."
It's insane.
I know this is like a commercial for Discount Tire.
I know,
but it's not.
sorry,
But it's not.
It's
No,
not.
I
I
know
was
it's
just
not.
literally so blown away by that.
know.
Wait a minute. They didn't take your credit card. They didn't charge you anything.
That's
He's
That's
like,
so nice.
no.
Which is genius because now for sure, if you need tires, you're going to go there because they took care of you.
That's what
Absolutely.
I got my sister tires for Christmas, and I got them from Discount Tire because they were amazing. Also, now Suzette, you're dealing with anxiety. You know, Suzette just got married, is pregnant, but it was a very unique wedding because you got married because then COVID hit. You had to postpone stuff, and then you got pregnant, and then you had the wedding. But now, you are in a wedding?
I am in a wedding. So my best friend is getting married this weekend.
Oh.
I'm so excited for her. And it's such a cute situation because her fiance is my husband's best friend, and she's my best friend. And we kind of hooked them up. And now they're getting married. So it's this is such a big moment for all of us, for them, but for us too.
And
like
it's
a
this
fairy tale.
weekend, and this is the one where you were supposed to go to the bachelorette party, and you
Yes.
bailed out because you're pregnant. You don't want to be put in that situation,
Right. Yeah.
And then they went to Cabo for the bachelor party, and so it's this weekend. You're in the wedding.
I'm in the wedding. And 2 weeks ago, I got the bridesmaid's dress, December? End of November, and I wasn't pregnant then, so I ordered the smallest size because I was planning on being on a diet, size 0. And I got the dress and everything. 2 weeks ago, I tried it on, and it zipped up. I was like, nice. It still fits. All they need to do for alterations is fix the bottom because I'm super, super short, and it's long. Then last week, I tried on the same dress. No zip up at all. It will not zip up. And I'm having Mr. Baby, my husband, zip it up for me. And I'm like, just try harder. So I'm holding the dress tight on my stomach. And I'm like, they usually have a little clip on the top, clip it on the top, and then zip it all the way up. And he's like, dude, it is not zipping. There's no way. There's just absolutely no way. I'm like, how? Within a week, it doesn't fit. And he's like, yeah, you need to take this somewhere ASAP because now we were a week and a half away from the wedding. So I'm calling places, I'm going places, and nobody can fix this dress for me within that time frame. They're like, there's no way. There's too much work that needs to be done. Blah, blah. And it's
Duct tape.
That's got to feel good. There's too much work that
You
needs
gotta
to be
duct tape
done.
that.
I know. I'm
baby.
like, maybe you could poke holes and then do a lace up.
like a corset type
Yeah.
thing. And that's what I asked a lot of places. I'm like, can you do a corset type thing? There's a lot of material on the bottom. And they were like, yeah, there's no, like, at least 4 places turned me away. And I was crying. I was having a panic attack. I'm ruining her wedding. I already didn't go to her bachelorette. Now I can't be in her wedding. I'm not going to be that bridesmaid that wears a different dress and ruins her pictures. Like, I'm not going to do that to her. And this is one of those dresses, too, that doesn't stretch. Like, it's that material. I finally found a place that was like, just bring it in. I think we can figure something out. And it was the same place where we got the dress. So they were even looking at all the locations to see if they can find a dress that's a bigger size. So finally I went last Friday, and it was kind of embarrassing because I put on the dress and I'm looking at myself in the mirror. And then I have one girl just looking at me that's doing the alterations, and she's like, yeah. Joanne, can you come see this? Joanne comes and she's like, Mary, can you come see this? Can you help us really quick? So I have all 4 ladies that work in the alterations department looking at me and trying to figure out how to do this. All the other girls that they were working on were just left there looking at me. Like, so I had like at least 10 people watching me when I'm trying to fit into this dress. But they figured it out. Thankfully, I'm short, and there's a lot of material on the bottom that they're going to use to add to the sides.
That's cool.
Yes.
So they're the discount tire of dress places.
For real.
What's the name of the place? We should give them a shout out.
It's David's Bridal.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, David's Bridal.
They're famous. They're like discount tire. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're so great. But now I'm afraid because that was Friday, and I go back
Now you're
this
bigger.
Friday. I just hope I didn't get like that much bigger.
You're like, can you just maybe find some elastic that matches? Because who knows how much baby's going to grow in that time.
And I told them, I'm like, this was within a week that it didn't zip up. So if you can like make it a little bigger, and they're like, okay. But I'm really nervous to try it on. Because
Can't wait
then
to see pictures.
there's no fixing it, like at that point. You know what I mean?